So hi guys, thank you guys for joining us again and another episode with a new guest. Laura, hi.
Hi.
How have you been?
I'm okay.
Yep. So today we have Laura, and as always we try to get a lot, you get to learn by interacting with different people. Our focus of course is business, and business has different facets and different industries. So we have like tech, mostly we have covered tech, and we hope we can also cover other aspects. And business also has careers. So today we just want to focus on career.
Business has the best careers.
Business has the best careers because there's a lot of money.
Yes. And you're always sure you will get money at the end of the day. It's all about money.
It's all about money. Nothing else. So money is a motivational tool.
Yes.
For you to deliver something, which is value, right? Yeah, so our focus in business is value and money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you cannot be in business without making income. That's what it's called business, because you have repetitive income, I think. That's what it means, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, today I'm talking to Laura. Laura is in a very interesting career. Is it interesting? Is it fun?
It's fun when you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it will be fun for you. But if you're doing it just because you want to do a business, like it's how do you say it? Like it's just a job for you, then you won't enjoy it.
Okay.
Because it involves handling people. And sometimes when you're handling people, it becomes stressful. So you have to like put it in your mind, this is something I enjoy doing, then it will come out okay.
Okay. In case you guys are wondering what you're talking about, which career we are talking about, hold that thought. In fact, I wanted to, is it the first time you're doing a podcast or something like this? Huh?
Yes.
Okay. How is it so far? So far it's like 1 minute into the conversation. Nervous?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she's nervous. Yeah. I'm also nervous, you know. I've done this a couple of times, but I still feel nervous every other time because you never know how things will go.
How do you manage to ensure that that nervousness is not seen?
First of all, I avoid overthinking. I just go with the flow. The second thing is I don't think of who's watching, because there's no one watching apart from the camera. So just the two of us in the conversation. And then the other thing is just, it's a normal conversation. Everything else is a fly in the room, so to speak. So it's just me and you just having a conversation, talking about something that you enjoy doing and you always do. So that's basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now getting back to the objective of today's video. And the objective of today's video is for us to talk about something more interesting in a role of...
Okay, so you can say it's in the role of support. It's in the role of training.
Training?
Yeah. So we do both end user support and training the end users, because they kind of merge.
Okay.
You have to train somebody. After training them, then you support them on what they are using.
So you're training them on how to use systems?
So yes, you're training them on how to use the products that the engineers have generated.
Okay.
So our products are system-wise. So you have to train them how to use it to ensure that at the end of the day, they're able to achieve their company goals. Okay.
So this is it's called end user support. Or end user support engineer.
Product end user support.
Product end user support. I think it varies with the company.
Yeah, it depends with the company, because some companies don't have it. They just maybe like have the engineers support the end users.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some companies have invested in it to ensure that the end users, when they're using the product, they're able to get their results and returns at the end of the day.
Paint to me a picture, a world where there are no end user support engineers.
Chaotic. Because imagine you've released a product. Let's say, I don't know if you've ever played these games on Play Store. You go download it, you don't know how to use it.
Candy Crush exists.
And then it goes and crash. You don't know who to call. You don't know how. See, you'll stop using it.
Yes.
And then you move to something else.
Yeah.
So if this is a company, you've created a product. Let's say maybe you want end users to use it to order. then it crashes. You don't have support system. You don't have where customers will call to get like a
Support.
somebody to help them.
Or to listen, empathize and everything. Yeah.
They'll stop using that product and you'll end up losing the reason as to why you created that product.
Okay. So there's some... So the value in having an end user support is to ensure that the customer gets what they want.
Yes.
How does that... What's the difference between... probably I can define it in my own words, but what's the difference between end user support engineer and quality assurance?
So quality assurance is someone who ensures that the product is, when it is released, it is of good quality. For them, they'll just test. Once it's okay, they allow the engineers to release it, and that's the end of it.
Okay.
But for end user support, you're always with these people. You want to collect feedback. You want to find out, you're using this product. Is there something else you want us to add? Is there something else you feel like it's not working for you, we remove? So you're always interacting with these people at all times. But for QA, once they're done with the testings and then they give their feedback to the engineers, that's the end of it. They won't follow up with the end user to find out, this thing was released, how is it to you?
Okay.
What do you think about it? What can we do to improve it?
Improve it,
Yeah.
So you are the bridge between the engineers and the user.
And the end user.
Where does the customer support or customer care come in? If it's a big company, for example.
Okay, yeah. So let's say like in our company, we have the end user support and then we have the customer service.
Service, yeah.
So customer service is more, they are more relying on customer sales, just like advising the customers to make more orders.
Yeah.
They are more on the sales part.
So they do sales?
Yes.
Okay.
They are more on the sales part than finding out the system part of this.
Okay. So you guys are focused more on the system?
Yes. For us, we are focused on the system.
Yeah. But you're dealing with the customer, and then the customer service is focused on maybe sales?
Yes.
But it's in relation to the system. Okay. So in an ideal setting where someone has already, where the engineers have already deployed, so what are the early steps that is expected from the end user support? So let's say the previous day, the engineers deployed a system, whatever that system is. So what, as an end user support, what are the first steps? And how do you transition as you start working with the customer based on this new system?
So the first step is training.
Okay.
Because they have to know, like, what is this?
Yeah.
So you have to do communications, like this thing is being released. Yeah. And then after that, you do comprehensive training of the product. So we always have, like, if the people are far, you do virtual training. Thank God to nowadays we have virtual
Teams
trainings,
and everything.
Teams, Zoom, But if they're near, you can do physical training, which is very effective for us because physical, you're able to like be with those people at that time, train them. After the training, you can do testings and then see how they're using the app. Virtual, somebody will be just there. So they're not even concentrating. You're not even 100% sure. Amelewa. Yeah. So once you've done the training, then you do some practicals just to ensure like they're able to use the app. So we always have like a 1 week training. That training involves practicals. And then we have feedback collection. So after the feedback collection, now we can say, use the app the way you want it. In case there's any issue, come back to us. We'll be there to support.
Nice. And so if you guys are going to train users based on a new system, it means you guys also have to be trained.
Yes.
Okay.
So that happens in the deployment process. So when the engineers are creating that product, we are always involved. So we'll have meetings with them.
During deployment or through the journey?
The whole journey.
The whole journey, okay.
Yeah. So when they start, like let's say we are now, they have decided they want to create a product.
Yes.
They will involve you.
From the beginning? From
the beginning.
So it's a whole team of engineers,
product,
quality assurance, security
everybody.
team, and user support has to be there from the beginning.
Yes.
Okay.
So that by the time they are deploying that product, you're already aware of what it is about.
Yeah.
So those meetings, you'll always be involved.
Yeah.
This is where we have reached. You'll always be involved in the testing, like the end user testings. So like they'll give you the app when it's still in the how do you
alpha stage,
yeah,
or beta stage, or what?
The stage whereby it's not really released yet.
Alpha.
Yeah.
So you have two type of tests. We have two level of testing when you're releasing a product. You have the alpha and you have the beta. Yeah. So the alpha is when probably the QA guys are testing internally, and then the beta is when now the users are, the early adapters are testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for us, we do the end user acceptance testings.
Yeah.
And then once you're done with the testings, you always give your feedback to the engineers. It's like a rotation because they'll release something, you test, you give them feedback, they go fix whatever you said. They come back again, tell you, okay, we have fixed this, can you test it again? Is it okay? Until you feel the product is good to be released, that's when.
So you guys represent the user?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, so we are like the users before you are fixing.
Yeah. So I'm curious, what skill do you need to embody to represent the user fully?
Skills.
Or whether it's skill or what traits, I don't know what word to use here, but how do you ensure that you embody the user so that you don't misrepresent the user in terms of how you interact with the system, how simple the system is? Because an assumption would be you're probably biased towards being an engineer or working with, you are part of the development team. This is not the first time you're seeing a product. So there's that small bias towards the system that you guys are building. So how do you ensure that you don't misrepresent the user? Yeah.
So you have to be, how do I say it?
There's this statement by, I don't know if it was when I was early learning Agile. I think it's Agile, if I'm not wrong. It's not Agile, actually design thinking. They used to say, build something that is so simple that even your grandmother
can use.
Grandmother up country can use without you helping them to use it. So I don't know how does that apply when you're actually reviewing a product?
Yes. Yeah. So like you have to be when you're testing, you have to be in that customer's shoes.
Yeah.
So kama niseme mama mboga.
Yeah. Yes.
This person is always busy. Ye kazi yake tu ni ako na mlika mwizi, so hizo apps nini they don't know.
Yeah.
So you have to be like put yourself in those people's shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it have integrity? Like just be open-minded.
Yes. Yeah.
So don't be too closed-minded. Like this thing has to be like this. This thing has to be like this. No. Just be open-minded. Yeah.
Okay. And at what point do you get to know who the user is? Do you get to interact with them first, or do you have a documentation that onboards you or introduces you to the user?
So that's where the product team comes in.
Okay.
So before a product is released, we have the product team. They go research on it, know who the end user is going to be, do all those research methodologies and everything. Yeah. So by the time the product is being released, we know this product is going to be used by this person, this one is going to be used by this person.
Nice.
Yeah.
And just curious, what are like maybe an example of a KPI that maybe an end user support engineer might have? What are the objectives in a financial year or in a quarter? What are the KPIs for an end user support engineer?
KPIs.
Yeah.
So like performance.
Yeah.
So like the products that were released, how are they performing out there? So you have to like track
the number of users.
Yeah, the number of users, the number of issues that have come in, how fast were they being resolved. Yeah, so that the trainings, how are the users responding to the trainings? Were they effective? What are their reactions? What are some of the things they want to be improved? Yeah, so mostly we always have performance, success metrics, customer feedbacks. Yeah.
No, nice. And now I think this is the most important part, is the journey towards getting into the career. So like, if someone is probably interested, like what was your journey like? Where did you start? Maybe you can start from, you just finished high school. Maybe the journey towards being an end user engineer for you. How was it from high school?
So from high school, I didn't even have an idea of what end user is. I don't know what is like. There's something called computer science, but there's something called tech.
Yes.
We didn't have that.
Okay.
Unatoka shule, naingia, they're telling you, oh, now you're going to university, and then choosing courses.
Yeah.
So parents will choose for you, people will choose for you. Like you don't have a clue what you want, but yeah. So for me, I did logistics. Actually, I didn't do tech.
Nothing. You didn't do tech. So let's start there. You transitioned from high school to business related course, which is
logistics and supply chain.
And did you like choose it, or it's what was available at the time and you just trained with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
That time we were being told that is the course that is marketable and everything. So najua, like for us, we were not government sponsored.
Yeah.
Self-sponsored. So you're choosing the course you want.
Yeah.
If somebody else told me about tech, I would have chosen computer science, but we still have time. Yeah, so I did logistics and supply chain, but with IT. So that's where I got my interest in IT.
Ah, nice.
Like doing the computer courses, so packages.
Packages, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then after college, after university, kapata job in a clearing and forwarding company.
Okay. Which was related to what you had went to school for, logistics, yeah?
Logistics.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but when I was there, I was more on the data entry part.
Okay.
So, there you get interest in working with the systems.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was working with the KRS systems. So you're like interested in how does these things work. Yeah, so that's where I got my interest. After that, somebody introduced me to data entry. Yeah, so I did that for like 2 years, just doing data entry for different companies. So somebody will share with you a list of work.
Yeah.
Enter this for me, clean this for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how somebody found me when I was doing it. And he asked me, wow, so are you interested in doing this thing? We have an opening in our company. You can come and do it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I got employed in Twiga as a data entry. When I went to Twiga, there was this department like for support, but they were doing it like manually.
Yeah.
Logging things in the system in Excel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, even. So from there you learn. Actually, what I've realized in tech is learning.
Yes,
like,
you're always learning. Yes.
You have to learn. If you don't have an interest in learning,
you're going to struggle.
Yeah. I didn't have any clue of what tech is, but from learning, like every day you're learning something new. Every day you are getting to know different things. Yeah, so that's how my interest grew in being support, from data entry to support, because I just wanted to know, okay, this thing, somebody is using it. What are the challenges they're facing?
Yeah.
How can we help them, And that's how my interest grew.
Yeah, so something that you've raised is learning and curiosity of how someone can, how the user that's going to interact with the system, how are they going to use it? So did that just happen in your brain, or like how did you get to a point where you conceived such thought?
The experience.
Okay.
So when I joined this company, like they had so many systems.
Yeah.
And there's nobody who was like ready to tell you like, okay, this one works like this one. So you had to like learn about it. So let's say they had like a system called Zendesk. It's a ticketing system.
Yeah.
So you had to learn, how does this system work? How do I key in this data?
Yeah.
So you're curious.
Yeah.
Okay, hii kitu inawaka aje? So at the end of the day, you find yourself learning more about the systems. And you just want to know, like, if I can do it, how about you? That's somebody who is out there. How is he using it? The DMSs that we use.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to like, if you're getting any difficulty, what about them out in the field? How are they using it? So they need to be trained. They need to learn about it. There you find yourself creating FAQs just for them to ensure that it's easier for them. Like you just want to make it easier for everybody who's out there to be able to use your products easily.
Yeah. So you actually decided to create FAQs, or it was something that was required?
I decided to create them because...
so it's self-initiative?
Yes.
Okay,
like,
nice.
okay, this is a DMS. I'm using it. There is no any documentation about it. Yeah. So like you just want to know if me myself, I don't know how to use it. What about the person who has been out there and they're made to use it? Yeah. So that's where we came about with the FAQs. And the good thing about our system is that you can put the FAQs there and somebody will just go and refer and use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you joined Trigger as a data entry clerk, or what's
data entry
position?
Clerk. Yes.
And how did you transition to end
support,
user? To
end user.
Yeah.
So
did it exist while you were?
No.
Okay, so it's something that just...
It was created when I was there.
Okay.
Actually, we were the first group to do the support because the engineers were the ones who were doing support.
Okay.
And most of the times they were saying, this is too much work because you have to create the product. And then after creating again, you have to support. So they don't have time.
Yeah, it's a lot,
Yeah. So when I was there, and then you are doing the... So for us, we were just doing the entry of issues that come in through the email.
Yeah.
So you're just logging them and then escalating it to the engineers to sort.
Yeah.
So when you're doing that, you're also learning these things.
Yes.
Like somebody says, my DMS is not working. So you're like, okay, what's happening? Why is it not working? But because you don't have the knowledge of sorting it, you have to escalate. Yeah. But with time, because you've interacted with it for a long time, you're able to know how to sort it out.
Okay.
So that's how it was born. Like, okay, so you guys have been doing this. Now, can you support? Yeah, so that's how the support team was created, and then we were merged with the training team because it was different. It was support on its own, training on its own.
Okay.
Yeah, but now these things come together. You have to train. After training, then you support.
Okay.
Yeah.
From your experience, what do you think are the key skills that someone needs to be a better end user support engineer?
Empathy, number one.
Empathy?
Yeah.
When you're dealing with people?
Yeah, because you have to be in their shoes.
Yeah.
Because this person is out there. Maybe it's a salesperson.
Yeah.
He's out there in the field. System stops working. They have targets to meet.
Yes.
So if they don't meet the target, their sales don't, their payment don't come in.
Yeah.
So you also have to ensure that when you're supporting, you have to sort that issue immediately so that the end user is not stuck.
Yeah.
So you have to empathize. You have to be fast. You have to be... Communication skills have to be on point.
Yeah. Yeah,
because you have to communicate in a language that they understand, not in the tech language.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're transferring the tech knowledge, but when on the end point, you're putting it in a way that somebody can understand without any difficulties.
Okay.
Yeah, so communication skills, you have to understand the platforms that you're using, understand the product, because if you don't understand the product, then what are you supporting?
So you have to really learn a lot about the products that you have around.
Actually, that should be number 2 after empathy. You have to know your product.
Okay. So you have to use it consistently.
Yes.
So you have to be one of the users that you...
Yes.
Okay.
Because if you don't know your product and then somebody comes and asks you, okay, how do I log in? You don't have a clue how to log in, then what are you doing?
Okay.
You're not helping them.
Yeah.
So you have to know your products.
Are there any challenges that you faced?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so when you're working with people, there are times when you you really don't know what's happening and then you need somebody's help.
Yeah.
You go to them, maybe they're still busy, they don't have time for you, and the end user is waiting for you. So, you become frustrated. So there's a lot of frustration when you're working with people.
Yeah.
But the good thing I've learned is you have to be patient and also have a good rapport with the people you're working with. Yeah. So I always say, kuwa marafiki na engineers.
Yeah.
Because if you're enemies, somebody will just say, hiyo ticket ya Laura nitasort baadaye. Yeah, but when you're like in good terms with these people, they'll know, okay, this is something that will also help me, because if I sort it, the end user will be okay, and also maybe na meet targets zao. And also like it just helps everybody.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Are there situations where you felt like you need to change positions and become maybe an engineer or any other role, or are there future plans for Laura in terms of growth?
Yes. I don't want to be an end user forever. Okay. Like the good thing with tech, the more you are in a position, you always want to grow. Like you meet different functions, different people, and they're always encouraging you. Like, so for me, apart from end user, I'm interested in product and also QA. I actually just finished my course in QA. Okay. Yeah. So those are two things that I'm working on. Kingiana.
Either that, whichever comes first, you're good, eh?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Because they're kind of like related.
They're kind of related. Actually, the three of them are kind of related. Yeah, but QA is a bit a bit technical. Yeah, but product and end user, they're almost the same. Yeah, because you're dealing with the user, and the lessons that you've gathered from dealing with the current role is what will elevate you. Yeah. In fact, in any role, because you're always dealing with users. You're always dealing with people. Sorry. So if you can, as you said, empathy is key. Yeah. That's a huge step. Yeah. So guys, this was a very good conversation. Hope you guys have learned something about end user support. But before we end, there's a question. There is what's the career path? Do you have is like a defined career path for an end user support engineer? So if I like there's junior engineer, there's senior engineer, there is principal engineer. Like for the end user role, are there like a defined path?
That will depend with the company. Yeah, but for us there is. So when you join like an end user. It's always called product support associate. Yeah. Then we have the senior support associates. Yeah. So these ones, they are more involved in analyzing the issues. Like there are those system issues that need serious analysis. Yeah. So you can transition there, and then maybe you become the product support manager.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this conversation. I kind of liked a lot about end user support. Empathy, guys. Empathy is important. And also understanding systems and your products. But for me, I always feel like dealing with people is important that you have empathy. It's not an easy one. And also you mentioned patience. Like, yes. Because when you get a request from the user, you need to reach out to the engineer, and the engineer probably is not available. Yes. So you have to deal with that. Nice. Guys, thank you guys for watching this episode, and we hope we catch us again on the next one.